Hi everyone, we're here to talk now about our 18 text J and K. And Greg, I was wondering, these are part of text I, each of them. And what do you think is new and different that you separated these parts out as separate focus passages?
Well, what I want to emphasize about text J, which is part of text I, is this privileged position of Theseus as not only the founding hero of Athens, as understood by the democracy in the 5th century version of the city of Athens, but also his role as the initiator of all Athenians into what is called the Eleusinian Mysteries. The reference to looking and hearing in a special way, which also involves not looking and not hearing, or can I say not visualizing and not verbalizing in other ways, is just pure mystery. It's the way an initiator initiates worshippers into mysteries. And that's why I want to come back to this part and try to make it understandable in terms of the 5th century of Athens, which is a very sophisticated period in the history of the city, but which is still clinging to these fundamental notions of what is a cult hero, what is it like to be initiated into the mysteries of a cult hero, and how does that have to do with my role and your role as a citizen in a city. That's what this is all about, and that's what certainly Sophocles is concentrating on, and that's why he's so fascinated with Theseus. And the flip side is that's also why he's so fascinated with Oedipus himself, who is a character that he has brought to life in other aspects of that character's life. But here, in Oedipus at Colonus, Sophocles, who's in his 90s, really identifies with this wretched old man and how he's struggling with the difficulties of old age and the prospect of dying. I can just bet that the citizens of Athens, as they thought about Sophocles towards the end of the 5th century, would have thought about how the old man and his very, very long career, which is full of sufferings as well as successes, could be identified with Oedipus as a cult hero. And that's why at the end, I'm asking myself, well, who is the referent here? The man did not need lamentations, and there were no diseases that gave him any pain at the moment when he was escorted away. No, if there was ever any mortal who was wondrous, it was he. Yes, Oedipus, but in many other ways, Sophocles himself.